Good morning, friends. Today I am going to share my understanding about the case which was shared on 4th March in HSH group. So I will first read out the case for people who have not read the case. This is a case of a beautiful, smiling, graceful, mild. Listen to all the objectives. Beautiful, smiling, graceful, and mild Muslim girl. Slim. She's 28 years old. And she was married once in 2015, but husband was not earning. So they got her divorced last year. This case is of 2 years back, so 2023. Now they are looking out for proposals for her as she doesn't have any issue also for second marriage. Now she has this, thinking that for getting married again, she has to be fit or she has to be a suitable candidate. So her major focus is on her skin, her hirsutism, that is hair in the chin area, and hyperpigmentation on neck, chest, and lower back. Also PCOD, she gets regular but scanty menses, and she had not conceived in her first marriage, which lasted for 5 years. And she did not have any emotional issue with her husband. It was only that husband was not earning, though he was qualified. And because of that, she had to face lot of, taunts or negative thought, or people look down upon her in her family because all other brothers were earning. And if her husband did anything, she was blamed for it. That wife ne usko chadaya hoga. That typical, in-laws, how they say. Apart from that, her relation with her husband was very good. She had undergone treatment for infertility also, but there was no conception, and her health used to suffer a lot because of all these stresses. I will be talking about her complaints, but at this point, I will just say that, in the end, end of that marriage, she developed gallbladder colic, and then she was brought here. In-laws were out of Bombay. Then her parents only used to take care of all her treatment. So they brought her here and she had to undergo gallbladder surgery. And after that, her parents decided to keep her here only and get her divorced. So talking about her medical history from childhood, she lost her father when she was 11 years old. And she suffered from COX and then IBS. Inflammatory bowel disease, not irritable bowel disease, which was diagnosed as Crohn's, because she used to have a lot of diarrhea, almost 20 stools in a day. She could not retain anything. Initially, it was thought to be COX only, but then on colonoscopy, it was discovered that she had Crohn's, and she was on treatment for that from last so many years, which is still continuing. So she still gets diarrhea if she eats out or if there is any stress. So that diarrhea still continues. And it is aggravated during Ramzan because of fasting. And gets aggravated by eggs, milk, dal, or curry. She also had UTI after marriage. And she has sleeplessness because she gets thoughts at night and she cannot sleep alone. She wants her mother besides her always. She always sleeps with her mother. She has different, fearful thoughts. Koi aa gaya, koi maar raha hai. And she's so scared that she cannot even open her eyes. Now, considering her life space, she is the youngest of the siblings, having two elder brothers. Both are married. One stays with her, with them, with the whole family. He has two sons, and other brother stays separately because he had got educated from London, so he could not gel with the joint family. Patient is quite shant, bholi, cannot see anyone crying, cannot retaliate. She was very close to father. Father had gone to US for some work and gone to US for work, for earning. And mother used to take care of the whole family here. They were living in a joint family with 5 uncles and grandparents. But after father came back from US, uncle refused to give him his share. There were disputes because they thought like he had earned enough, so there is no need to give him the share. Whereas, he had worked so hard there, earning for everyone. So because of that, people, uh, distanced in relationship, they stopped talking to each other. And patient always felt कि सब प्यार मोहब्बत से रहे. So she did not like that environment. Then, after coming back from US trip, her father went to village where others were living. So they had some disputes there, and father had heart attack there only. He died there. So in 2013, father died, and in 2 years, patient was married off. That guy was fashion designer. He was very good at work. He was talented, and he had won awards also. But he did not want to work. He did not want to earn. Everybody tried to make him understand. He won't say anything, but he did not focus on work. So because of that, patient had to bear a lot of brunt. Patient, being naive, did not even know what the actual cause was. She would also try to make her husband understand. And all these years, patient's mother would provide money for their basic needs because in-laws were also not giving them any money. They used to stay in the same house, so food and everything was taken care of, but medicines and other needs, clothes and everything, patient's mother used to provide. And then finally, she was called back. Patient also knew how to put mehndi, but then in their family, they did not allow her to work. Now in this family, she has bhabhi, like brother, bhabhi, and their 2 kids and her mother. So patient is very close to bhabhi. She considers her as her sister only. They work together. She helps her bhabhi, and she likes the children. She especially takes care of the children, of sending them to school, taking care of them and everything. And she's quite close to them. So initially, like before she started her treatment, her nephew's treatment was started with me, who had recurrent URTI. So she used to accompany him and would talk to him very lovingly. And once, I had asked nephew about her, how she was relating with him. That time he said कि बुआ बहुत बुरा गुस्सा करती है. That time, like she felt so hurt, and she asked him, बेटा मैं तेरे को प्यार नहीं करती, बेटा मैं तेरे लिए भले के लिए ही बोलती हूँ ना. So it is like this, she talks. She is very gentle to talk to. She is very good at stitching, mehndi, drawing. She wanted to learn baking also, but she is little lazy. So she said, "Jor aata hai." She has many friends who confide in her. She gets lot of acne also and cysts. So she gets a lot of tension because of that, which leaves scars also. And about her chin hair also, she has taken a lot of treatment. She has done 6 to 7 sittings also of laser treatment, but it did not work. Again, that regrowth is there. So on 15th January 22, sorry, I said 23, but it was 22. 15th January 22, treatment was started. I gave her one medicine with which she felt fresh. Sleep was okay, but acne was same. This medicine was continued for 1 more week in 3 doses. Then, after that, after 15 days, she had loose motions. Menses were still scanty only this time also. And there was a very big cyst on the right cheek. Now, in this follow-up, I asked her again. So there was additional information that she felt neglected by her mother, as mother was busy looking after brother's small child who was 2 months old at that time. And she said कि मेरे साथ अभी बात नहीं करते हैं. She doesn't talk to me like before. She doesn't sleep with me. And mother was also busy about, managing some family issue where they had to sell off some property. And saying this, she had tears in her eyes. She said, I am 28, but still I can't stay without my mom. I want her. She doesn't say or complain anything, but अंदर ही अंदर मैं रोती हूँ. thoughts are there. She cannot sleep if mother is not there. जितना मम्मी के साथ है उतना मेरे हस्बैंड के साथ भी नहीं था. This is what she said. Husband took her side in the fights, but then she was blamed for that कि ये अपने husband को चढ़ाती है. But all these years, she did not take this decision of separating from husband. She did not argue, but because she felt that if I argue, I will end up in more bigger fights. She likes peace. अच्छे से बात करो, एक दूसरे को समझो, मिलजुल के रहो. So at that, during this follow-up, medicine was changed, and after that, she was quite relaxed. Her emotions were normal, and she felt better. She even stopped the medicine which she was taking continuously for Crohn's disease. And with this treatment, she could even fast better during Ramzan. She got married again. She conceived after 1 month, after one period after marriage. And now, currently, she also has conceived second time. Her first pregnancy also went very well. So this is the case and how it can change, even chronic cases. So I will give the understanding. People, when they worked out, were on natrum, they were on calcarea, they were on vanilla, then maca. So I will give my understanding first. So in this case, what I thought was she's a very mild girl. But even people were even thinking of pulsatilla. So she is a very mild girl. And in her relationship, she has always maintained peace. She doesn't retaliate. She suffers silently. She does not express her negative feelings, even to her mother, where she feels neglected when mother is giving more attention to the children. So even competing for love and attention with small children, they are very small. One maybe is 8 years old, 8 to 10 years old, and other is just 2 months old. So there also she feels little bit of jealousy when mother is giving love to them. So it's very childish, The girl appeared to be quite childish. In her marriage also, she bared, everything silently without saying anything. She did not want to even divorce. So it was more like dependency on others, where others will take decision for her about divorce and everything. Mother was providing money, so she was okay with that. And her obsession with her skin, hair, and everything. What I found very prominent was she was suffering from inflammatory bowel disease from a young age. So constantly there are, stresses, emotional stresses, which she is not able to express and which is getting somatized in the form of Crohn's disease and even Cox before Crohn started. So these complaints are there. So in this case, I thought Mag was very clear because she was deprived of love, and her, not deprived, but her own demand for love was more. So she felt neglected by her mother. Her husband also, she said he would not express his love, though he did love and he took his side. So that demand for love is there. She is quite pacifist. She wants peace. She wants harmony. सब अच्छे से रहने चाहिए, एक दूसरे के साथ अच्छे से समझ के रहने चाहिए, शांति से रहने चाहिए. So she wants harmony, no fights, no quarrels, no conflicts in the family. She has this fear of quarrels. So considering all these, Mag was very clear. So now the question was which Mag? So initially I gave her Magfos, and then Macav and Magfos both I think I had given her. And then when I saw that I need some remedy where there are issues of marriage or love relationship, and because her marriage was not successful, she could not conceive, and also the sphere of action of intestines, where she had this inflammatory bowel disease. Madcap has dentitional diarrhea, but later on, like, it is not that characteristic in the later age. So I searched for that and I found Sulph has this inflammation of intestines. So if we go to see the rubrics also, I will share my repertory chart. So this is my repertory chart. If I had given it on feel only and read about the sphere of action. But if you see the rubrics also, cares full of others about, content with himself. She is not complaining about her marriage or anything. So she is okay with whatever she has. She is not very demanding about other things except for the love. Delusion, disgrace she is because her husband was not earning. She was looked down upon. Her status in the family had reduced. Delusion, strangers. She sees strangers while knitting. What is knitting? हम रिश्ते बुनते हैं. तो जब वो रिश्ते बुनती है तब वो देखती है, it especially with her in-laws, that लोग अनजान हैं. They are not fitting in her family, you know. So जहां पे भी वो strangers दिखते हैं वहां उसको तकलीफ होती है. So in her own parental family also, when uncles were living together, grandparents were together, she was happy. But when they got estranged because of property disputes, she suffered. So delusion, she sees strangers while knitting. That means she's not getting that for apnapan ka feeling. Harmony, desire for forsaken feeling, jealousy, and specifically we see is inflammation colon grief after. So after her father's death, she started suffering from this. Then inflammation colon ulcerative. So this brought me to Sulph. So now if we read Sholton has given Sulph is sometimes called bitter salt because it is very bitter. It is used for bowel cleansing. Sulph shows us many gallbladder and liver troubles. Now if we see the mind, we see the concepts of magnesium, that is pacifism. What is pacifism? They want peace. They will mediate to maintain peace. They will avoid quarrels. They don't like others quarreling. So they will mediate. They will try to maintain peace. सबको शांत करने की कोशिश करेंगे. They believe in peace. Pacifism, then if it is repressed, anger is repressed or suppressed, and if it bounces back, there can be aggression also. So बहुत दबा के रखा तो sometimes it may just burst out. Like sulfur is like a volcano. So because of that, there can be outbursts of anger also. And anger is the issue in this, where there can be a lot of suppression and there can be also outbursts. Fear of loss, losing her husband, pain. Sulphuricum is clothing, beauty, grace, harmony. Now if we see her obsession with skin, now she's going for second marriage. Like how many girls will be very keen about their beauty and skin once they are divorced and they are going for second marriage. So it's her, you know, obsession with her skin. So she would always ask, मैं इसके लिए क्या लगाऊं? She would buy different face packs, then different things, you know, to look more beautiful. Then love and relationships is the central core for Sulph element, and also the jealousy. Now, if we see the group analysis, Sulph is afraid of getting angry out of fear of losing his love or his loved ones. They keep irritation inside, but because of the held in irritation, they lose contact with their loved ones and the irritation starts to come in between them. So basically, anger should get suppressed. It should not, you know, get expressed. But unless you clear out misunderstanding by communicating in a proper way or channelizing your feelings in a proper way, relationships definitely get distant. So in this case, also she distanced out from husband because now she never mentioned what she went through after her divorce and everything. So she had already, you know, distanced out in that relationship. They start to project their irritation onto their partners and all sorts of little reactions of the partner will be seen as anger. They get the feeling that their partner is always angry, trying to obstruct them and making life difficult for them. So problem for them is created by their partner. Like in Magcap, it is the issue is with father. Magmure issue is with mother. Magfos issue is with siblings or friends. Sulph issue is with partner. It can be, either they are deprived of that love or they have issues in that relationship because of the anger or misbehavior of the partner. So with this, I gave her Sulph and the response was very beautiful. Now differentiating it with other medicines, Natram will always think of dignity. So she lived with her disgrace because of husband not earning at in-laws family for 5 years. Without reacting, without fighting with her husband. And also if we see that way she moved on from the first relationship to the second relationship, now looking forward to marrying second time, the ease with which she moved. Natram always wants to, hold on to one partner. Natram is for one-to-one relationship. So they get attached to the partner. So for them, it is not easy to move on. In this case, we are seeing that she's so naive and again, she's excited for the second relationship. So that type of deep love the Natram has with one person is not there. We see here more of, she has love for everyone, especially her mother. Her need is for mother. She said, my love for mother was more than what I bonded with my husband in 5 years of marriage. So that rules of Natram. Pulsatilla is always manipulative. Pulsatilla absorbs affection. There is no more of, giving affection. They, most of the time, they absorb affection, whatever is around them. They are mild, yielding, but at the same time, they are manipulative in a very subtle way where they say that you don't love me. That way, they will try to emotionally blackmail you. They want pity. They want sympathy from others. They want consolation from others. This girl, we are filing that she's content with herself. About her first marriage or heartbreak also, she's not that, using it for getting the pity or sympathy. So there I did not find her like Pulsatilla. In my practice, I have seen Pulsatilla will always, want favor from you. If they come late also, they will give you such emotional excuses that you will be, okay, you will try to take them. So this way, Pulsatilla is manipulative in a subtle way. They emotionally blackmail people. Then Calcarea is a very simple remedy. Calcarea, though simple, is quite independent. Definitely they get security from the family, but it is more of for, survival security because it is from the oyster. It is more of financial security, family security. It is more for security rather than, basic need of love, which is of, magnesium. So Calcarea is independent also. So here you find dependence on her mother even at the age of 28. So Calcarea gets ruled out there. Then other remedies were vanilla. Vanilla also has anger when things go against their will. And they express out that anger. They also need support, but still they also, have a lot of cares, which we find in magnesium also, we found in magnesium sulfur rather. But vanilla has also, this beauty aspect, aesthetics. But vanilla has anger when things go against their will and they want order and they are quite dictatorial and fastidious. So that type of shade we did not see in this case. Her basic requirement is of love and peace. So peace was important, harmony was important, and whenever there are fights, she suffers. So first time we saw when the disputes in family were there, she suffered from a deep disease like Crohn's disease, which is still continuing. And second time when she had disputes in her in-laws family because her husband was not earning, she suffered from gallstone also. So she had to be operated for that. So with this understanding, I gave her Max Sulph. So I think Max Sulph is clear in this case. If there are any questions, you can put in the comments or in HSH group, Telegram group, or you can ask me in my personal account. Thank you.